right, guys, name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and today we're taking part in something I've always enjoyed doing, which is speculating on Dokkan, right? That's such a huge part of the entire fandom, whether it be here on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter or wherever it might be. Reddit is trying to predict what is Akatsuki, what is a Bandai about to do, because the thing about it is they're so like all over the place with everything that they're doing. This year, in the last year's span, we've had Global get a Dokkan Fest first, and then brand new LR Dokkan Fest first, and like releasing same day units at the same time, which is the first. So like they just are so unpredictable, but at the same time they're kind of predictable too, right? Like we know hopping into this, we know that there will probably be 10 units on each banner. We know this is a dual LR Dokkan Festival banners that are happening both on Global and JP at the same time. So we can probably bet there's going to be 10 featured SSRs on each. So what I'm going to do today, try to predict what 10 might be on each of the banners. I just think this stuff is kind of fun, man. We did this a while back. The last time I feel like I did this was back when I was trying to predict, it was something during the Christmas period, and I made like a mock-up banner or something like that. It's just fun, man. It's just fun trying to see what kind of units are going to release. So this isn't anything new on the channel, but I just wanted to bring it back because this is like the most hype this game's going to be probably throughout the rest of 2019 until we get to year 5 on JP. I'm not saying they won't release some incredibly hype units, but as a holistic standpoint, how do you see them topping Global and JP, celebrating at the same time Dual Dokkan Fest, probably also another summonable LR in the middle of the celebration at some point too. The only thing I could see happening that could somehow top this is the return of Dragon Ball, which we're almost in September, so that's probably not happening. But if Dragon Ball did return, I could see them doing some sort of big celebration because of its return to television, its return in some form, right? That's not just the manga, and them doing some sort of celebration on both sides of the game. But that's probably not happening. So this is probably about as big as it gets until sometime in 2020. So I think they're going to go all out here, and I think these banners are going to be pretty crazy. So let's hop in. Let's talk about it. Also, too, for those that are always asking for different types of content, again, at our core, at our roots here on this channel on Nanogenix, we are a Dragon Ball content creation channel. Lots of Dokkan, some Legends, lots of other sort of just different Dragon Ball related content, but did release some Minecraft stuff, playing with the dude Rhyme Style, Jaden Tasky, Thundershot. I'll put a link to it down below. Trying Minecraft out for the first time. So if you missed it, if you happen to see it and just didn't click on it, I will highly suggest it. Actually was a ton of fun, especially even if you're not a fan of Minecraft. I have never been a fan of Minecraft, but I am kind of now. I'm kind of addicted, I'm not gonna lie. So there's a link to it down below in the description. Of course, you can go over to the channel and check it out for yourself. So let's hop in, let's talk about this. Of course, the brand new LR Gohan will be on there. He'll probably be a base Gohan to start out, because by the time you awaken him into an LR, he'll be just a Super Saiyan Gohan. Again, you can run this new Gohan with the old LR if you want to, or with the STR Gohan that's going to be getting an EZA. The STR SSJ2 Gohan that's like 4 years old nearly, he's getting an EZA, which is pretty cool. That's obviously a gimme here. I think they're going to do, again, because I said this is probably gonna be a huge celebration, I think they'll do two new SSRs. Now, they're so inconsistent with what they do with new units. There will at least probably be one new SSR. The Go Bros banner, we only got one. We got that new Gohan. But then you look at Tech Hit, we got two. With Tech Hit, we got the launch of an STR Frost, and then the Bodo Magetta. With, say, something like Piccolo, though, we only got one. With Vegeta, we only got one. But then you look at Gogeta and Broly each got two, right? Broly got the Wrathful Broly and the Paragus and Broly unit. Gogeta got the Super Saiyan God Vegeta and Super Saiyan God Goku. So, like, the inconsistency with how many they released, Kid Goku had the Demon King Piccolo and also the Roshi. So the inconsistency is just all over the place. However, I do think with how big of a deal this is, we'll get two. So my first up is a new Android 16, a new SSR Android 16, because I think they will still somehow keep it themed to like what makes sense to release with a new LR Gohan. So I think a new SSR 16, the last one we got was during the Fighters crossover celebration, the tech one that's in the game. So I could see them releasing a new Android 16, and then the other one, because the only real representation we have for this card in the game is via a One Piece and Dokkan Battle crossover event, the Bye Guys STR Goku. And so I can see us getting a new one that goes into a TWAR form from the medals that you'll get when you take on the new Gohan event. So that's the two new SSRs I think will be on the banner. So that counts for 3. So a new LR Gohan, a new Super Saiyan Goku from the Cell Saga when he's doing the Bye Guys thing, and then also Android 16. So then that leaves us 7 slots. What could they do with this? So I think if you look back at the old 250 million download celebration banners, they were the exact same banners. Transforming Vegeta, the exact same banners. So I don't think we'll see any differences here. However, if we do, I did want to sort of account for this. I think we could see JP get a transferring Trunks return and transferring Trunks be on the LR Gohan banner. And then in place of not having transforming Trunks, obviously on the global side, Global gets the Super Saiyan Gogeta, the Dragon Ball Super Broly Super Saiyan Gogeta on their banner. And then maybe JP doesn't get that. That's, I think, the trade-off. But I think, realistically speaking, I think SSJ Gogeta is the one that'll be in that placeholder right there. I don't think Trunks will be on JP, but the potential is definitely there. I think they keep him the same, but the potential for him being there is there. Because the other thing too you got to think about is that, what are the leader abilities on these? I think the leader ability for Gohan, I think a gimme for him is he's going to be a Hybrid Saiyans lead, because we haven't had one of those since the STR Ultimate Gohan, and I think they want to breathe some new life into that category, most likely. So I think for sure you're going to get him being a Hybrid Saiyans lead. Now, whether he is a dual category lead or a category and a typing lead, who knows, right? He might boost Hybrid Saiyans and then also boost AGL if he's an AGL type, or he might be Hybrid Saiyans lead and a brand new Cell Saga, which of course we don't have in the game yet, but a brand new Cell Saga category lead as well. So that way this Cell and the Gohan Kimi ran together. Who knows what they might end up doing, but I think the possibility is definitely there. And then that allows you to run this new Android 16 with this Gohan. That allows you to run this new Goku there. But then they do like to throw in just like random things in there too, just kind of increase the value. So something like Super Saiyan Gogeta, while he doesn't make sense from the leader ability of this unit, he still makes sense because of just the sheer value of Gogeta being on the banner. Up next after that, I think Int Kid Goku, the Intelligence Kid Goku, has a high chance of being on this banner. Then after that, it's just kind of like a throw in of stuff that you probably don't really care about. Like 5 units that you're like, yeah, okay, I want to pull these. Then the others for existing player base, it's kind of like, oh, whatever. But new player base are probably like, okay, cool, let's pull them. So Fizz feature Gohan, the SSJ2 Gohan that's getting an EZA, which I can actually use copies of. I've never pulled that many of that unit. I know that sounds crazy, but I've never really pulled that many of the units, so I can actually use copies of him on both versions of the game. I think we see the STR Ultimate Gohan be on there too, just because I feel like they always have to degrade the banner somehow. The Intelligence Ultimate Gohan, probably because of course he has an EZA, so his value, if you don't have him, is actually pretty high. And then the Tech or the Fizz SSJ3 Gotenks. I'm sure a lot of people probably rather have the Tech one. I didn't realize how many people had not pulled that Tech Gotenks until his EZA came out, and I saw a lot of people telling me they'd never pulled him, so I can see them putting him on the banner as well. And then the final thing is the potential. I don't think this will happen, but we saw them do it with year 4. The potential, like 1% chance of the LR Gobros being on there as well. I don't think that'll happen, but it could at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't think it will, but it could, because at year 4, I really didn't think they would put Dual Dokkan Fest or 2 Dokkan Fest on the same banner. And then they launched the banners with LR SSJ for Goku and LR Vegito, and LR SSJ for Vegeta and LR Gogeta on the same banner. So I was like, okay, never mind. They'll do it. So anyways, let's hop over to the Cell banner. So now, looking at the Cell banner, of course, the brand new LR Cell. We don't know what he's going to look like yet. Maybe he'll be already in perfect form. I don't really know. New LR Cell's definite. I think the other thing too is a new second form Cell. I think Cell will probably be an Artificial Life Forms Dokkan Fest category lead, because we don't have one yet. The only real Artificial Life Forms lead that we have right now is the LR Super Baby 2, and typically they don't like to leave those just in the hands of an LR. They eventually like to release a Dokkan Fest that does it too, and does it at a higher percentage. So I could see this new LR Cell being an Artificial Life Forms, potentially them also giving him Cell Saga as well. Who knows? Both of them will say the same. I don't think that they wouldn't do one that's dual category and then one that's category and typing. So if Gohan is dual category, Cell will also be dual category no matter what. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So brand new LR Cell, a new second form Cell. We haven't had a new second form SSR Cell in the game since the Tech Support Unit, the Extreme Tech Support Unit second form Cell. This is the last time we had one in the game. So I could see them putting a brand new one in the game as an SSR, and then Dokkan Awakens from the new event medals. And then for the first time ever in this game, an SSR Cell Jr., dude. Are you kidding me? Yes. The only things we have in the game are like rares and normals, but that's it, dude. I have to imagine at some point, and this might be the time, they give us a combination style card that is like multiple Cell Juniors in one card, and this is it, right? That goes to TUR form. So that's my suggestion on the 2 bonus SSRs or new SSRs to release with the Cell. Then beyond that, similar fashion as the Gohan banner. If there are differences between them, I think they put Transforming Zamasu on this banner on the JP side and the DBS Broly on the global side. That's what I think. That's what I think you see happen. Now, these DBS Broly and Gogeta both came back on the JP side once with Zamasu and with Trunks. That's where they are released. That's why I'm sort of pitting them into interchangeable positions, but I don't think they change. I think DBS Broly is the sort of possibility that'll happen on both. I think it'll just be there. I don't think Zamasu and Trunks show up here, maybe, but I don't think they do. But I'm throwing them out there in case they do that way, just kind of catches it. So then my other thing is Tech Hit. I think this is finally Tech Hit's time to come back around, be on the banner. Then since STR Cell is getting an easy A on global eventually and just got one on the JP side, I think STR Cell probably makes an appearance. Tech Cell as well, just because they'll just probably be there, man. That just seems to be what they do. They throw units like that have easy A's to kind of be filler for the 10 sort of slots of featured units. That's just what they do. If you've been playing this game for a while, you know that is just a true statement. I don't know how to explain it else than just saying, like, that's just what they seem to do. I think AGL Metacooler has a good position on being on this banner. Good chance of me being on this banner. He's artificial life form, so why not? Then of course AGL Super 17 will probably come back to if Cell is an artificial life form's lead. They'll probably just throw Super 17 on there. It's just some filler. And then transferring Super Boo, because he's also artificial life form. So I could see transferring Super Boo being on there. And both these at that point, if they do what I said, because no matter what, there's going to be some fodder that the existing player base doesn't really care about. That's going to happen. You cannot help that. You can. I wish they wouldn't do that, but you can't help that. They're going to do that because there is one side of it you could look and say, well, they're just doing it to be facetious. And then there's the other side you could look at it and say, well, we didn't hit 300 million downloads by just keeping an existing player base. There's consistently new players entering the game, and we have these units that are there for team building. We have these units that are, we're breathing new life into with the EZA STR Cell, EZA Tech Cell. We need to be able to offer them to the player base, in some form or fashion, and this is how we're doing it, by placing it on a 10 featured banner with, dual Dokkan Fest LRs and all of that. A lot of the times the existing player base likes to look at it as them being facetious and being like, ha, you're not pulling into a LR Cell. What are you talking about? You're pulling your 100th STR Cell. Here you go. But at the same time, they've got to offer these units that someone who's not been playing for 3 years, they've got to offer these units and give the new player base a chance to pull them, right? Because like STR Cell is incredible. Tech Cell, incredible. If you asked me like 2.5 years ago, I'd have said no. But now the EZA is the thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, these are really, really, really good top tier units that would fit great on this, assuming LR Cell has a separate name from the STR and Tech one. But anyways, guys, there you go. That is my predictions on what will happen with these banners. That it was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I think I've been going. I feel like I've been talking for a minute. Of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, you're not done so yet, you might consider going down there, hitting that subscribe button, joining the #NanoFam today. You might also consider slapping that like button. This has been today's predictions on what is going to happen with both of these banners, guys. I think that these will be pretty close to what we see. But if not, then who knows, man? Who knows? You guys can obviously join in on the conversation. Let me know down below in the description. Let me know down below in the comments as to what you guys think will be on these banners as well, and if you think I'm close or just way off. But guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix sign off. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.